All right. What's up? Sports Steady Radio, we're here live right now in the studios of Sports Steady Radio. Call us up, call in the show. Today we will be talking March Madness. We got any topic on sports is on the feed. 646-979-0095, 646-979-0095 at Sports Steady Radio. We're going to talk a little, let's start off with some March Madness action, right? Crazy Saturday, St. John's out, sent home, gone home. Tournament's over. The Rick Pitino versus John Calipari matchup did not live up to his hype, of course. So, a couple of things to think about here as it's halftime right now. BYU is up on Wisconsin. The Badgers are down 56-67 to BYU, those Cougars. Houston's up in the second half over the Gonzaga, 55-43. A couple others. Game just starting out right now. UCLA, number 7 seed, is up by 1 over Tennessee, number 2 seed. And so finals, McNeese, who had the upset in the first round, out. Purdue handles them. The Boilermakers sent their asses home, 76-62. Auburn beats Creighton 82-70 in that 1-9 matchup. Auburn, the number 1 seed. And the 5th seed, Michigan, knocks off the Texas A&M 91-79. So Michigan moves on as the 5 seed. That was that 4-5 matchup. Drake, the 11th seed, Drake fall to Texas Tech. The Red Raiders, 77-64. And then, of course, Arkansas, 75-66 over the number 2 seed of St. John's. And that is what's currently happening right now. And, yeah. The games are the games, folks. March Madness, living up to his hype of March Madness, of course. And, we're here for it. We are here for it, of course. Like, why not, right? March Madness. Oh, I forgot to play the intro. Sports Steady Radio starts now. I guess we don't have an intro. Where's my intro? Intro's gone. Okay, no intro. My intro's been disabled. But I want to see if I can find some action. And we already got news out of, so McNeese State, the team that upset over the first round, is leaving. The manager is leaving. He's headed to North Carolina State with the coach. Now, remember, the coach was announced that he was going to take this North Carolina State job before the game, before March Madness, right? I believe. So, this is so they're leaving to go to North Carolina State. And I remember people were upset about this because they were like, how could the guy take a job during the season? They didn't even play a game yet. Like, no. You got to strike when the iron's hot, folks. It's McNeese State. It's not like it's a big program. You get an opportunity to go to another program, you're going to take it. So good for them. You have a good year, you make the tournament, you even win a game. Teams want to replicate that. They're going to say, hey, how did you do it? Can you help us out? And you get a raise. So the manager, who's a student, he's going with the coach. Good for him. The coach leaves and takes the asset that he feels that was important for him. Yes, we see coaches take jobs all the time. in the middle of the playoffs, during the tournament, for the tournament. But this is kind of like a unusual situation where the manager or the assistant is going with him, right? Not really assist, not a coach. He's a manager, not a coach. Assistant like a manager. So he's like the assistant to the manager, the assistant to the general manager. Not the assistant coach, the assistant to the coach. That's what the manager is, pretty much, the assistant to the coach. Not the manager like as the GM. But anyway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, good for him. He gets to leave and go get a good job, probably get a pay bump. He's a student. He probably needs the money too, Get a good experience. Look, this is how it starts, man. For this guy, his name is Amir Khan, right? He could end up being an NBA GM in like fucking 10, 15 years from now. Or really big inside some kind of like scout or something down the line. This is how it starts. It starts with these small gigs. Like we always get upset when we see guys get positions that they didn't earn. Like, oh, how could that guy become the new coach or the GM? He ain't done nothing. No, this guy's from the ground up. Remember Eric Spoelstra? He was a video guy before he ended up with the Miami Heat years later after rising up the ranks. So this guy could be the next Eric Spoelstra. And like in 15 years from now, we'd be going back and looking at this story like, that's the guy who was the manager at McNeese State and then went to North Carolina State. Like, so this is a potential great story in the making for this kid who's a student. So good for him. Like seriously. These are the type of stories that we should be rooting for. We should root for stories like this. We're here for it. That's all I'm going to say, man. Don't be hating on the guy. People out there trying to hate. Like, how could he get the job, NFL draft taking place coming up April 24th. We got about a month away, I believe, for that. Cam Ward, who has said that he believes that he should be the number one quarterback off the board, probably the number one player drafted overall. Taking a little shot at Shedeur Sanders, saying that Shedeur, can't have his daddy, can't save him. Right? I mean, if Shedeur Sanders' last name was Shedeur Jones, would he be even considered the top quarterback? Would it be a no-brainer that Cam Ward is the better QB? Right? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It all depends on how you look at it and what your needs are. It all depends. But trying to see if I can find some games. What's the scores at? So we got some hockey going on. We got March Madness right now. Any updates? Let me see. Anybody know what channel those games are on? I can't even. Oh, here we go. Tennessee. That was a commercial. I thought that was a TV show. I was about to say, why the heck is there a TV show on during March Madness on this channel? So it looks like Tennessee's coming back for the second half. No, second quarter. First half. I don't know. Where are they at? Because the scoreboard on Twitter says first half. They're still in the first half. So they're talking right now. Let's see what they're saying. Tennessee coach.
Got to get there, but they ran a really nice notch play, but we'll adjust to it.
Well, Ali talked about rebounding, and right now got to be pleased with his team's effort. 6 offensive rebounds, 7.
All right, so it was first quarter, 12 minutes to go. They must have been in some kind of timeout. So we got that going up right now. And look, it's a tight game between this 2-7 matchup with UCLA and Tennessee. And that should be a good one coming down the stretch. That should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, guys. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're going to have to fix this. Our streaming settings are garbage because it's saying that we're not. I'm going to fix that. Oh, what a smooth shot right there on the lay-in. So back and forth going here. It's going to be a good game. Houston's up by 12 over Gonzaga in that second. That's going to be a good one. Auburn, oh, we already talked about that. BYU up 10 over Wisconsin with 7:23 to go. How about that? BYU might have the upset 10-point lead over the Badgers. How about that? I think we picked BYU in the second round. I think we did. I'm going to look back at my bracket. Anybody got a perfect bracket left? I think there's like, what, 10 or 20 maybe left in the whole country. Oh, what a 3. That's a nice shot. Tennessee knocking down a 3. Ziegler. Tennessee's up by 3. Up. They got another 3. Nope. That should have been over the back. How'd they get away with that? You see a lot more college teams chucking up 3-pointers. The other night, I forgot what team it was, but they took 33s in a game. And they didn't hit it. I think they hit like 2. So you're seeing college teams now even going to the long 3-point shots. Everybody's taking 3s. I guess there's a new emphasis now on chucking up the 3-point shot. Everybody's just chucking them away. But they're not they're not very good at it, which is the problem. Right? Just going back to like 20 years ago, or over 20 years ago, when Syracuse used to run that 3-2 zone, and with Carmelo Anthony, one man pretty much offensive weapon, winning the national title. And that 3-2 zone probably not going to work no more, because especially if teams are just going to chuck 3s and shit. And then anytime they do go to the hole, they get challenged defensively. Guys want to just shoot 3s now. But many guys are not good at shooting 3s. I mean, I just watched 2 possessions here with UCLA, Tennessee, where the guy just comes down and just chucks up a 3 from like 28 feet. And he's not a good 3-point shooter. Oh, nice. That was a UCLA backdoor cut. Nice. Look at that. Boom. That's sweet. He got there too slow, though. He should have slammed that shit. He was a better athlete. He would have dunked that. He went up too nonchalant. He should have dunked that. That should have been a 2-hand slam, easy. He probably thought he was wide open. You can never be wide open, especially, in this sport. You're never wide open. These guys just can't shoot. They can't make free throws. They have these weird, awkward forms. But they're out there chucking 3s. Like, what are you doing? You're 7 feet. Get in the paint. get in the goddamn paint and start abusing the teams. Right? It took about as soon as he missed the free throws or made he made one. It took about the game to say, "Oh, come down, buddy. You're not ready. You're not ready for prime time. Come sit out, buddy." Because they feel like they can run that play with someone else and they'll get results. Oh, shaking and baking. Look at this. As soon as he get in the lane, he ain't got nothing. They come out 3-ball. Wow, air ball. Jesus. Shot clock violation. Just all these 3-point shooting, they just want to shoot threes. You can't hit them. Why are you taking them? Hello? You play to win the game, as Herman Edwards would say. Shit. What are we doing? I don't even think I can watch anymore. Another 3? Oh, this time the defense got up on him. He's going to shoot it. Oh, nice. Inside. There you go. And 1. That's how you go. You go into the paint. You got all them 7-foot, them tall tree trumps. Throw it down in the paint. As soon as they go in the paint, they hit the 3. They get the free look. Roll to the basket. Keep the ball up in the air so it can't get stripped out of your hand. And the foul. That's how it's done. Simple basketball, folks. Simple. The game is really not that difficult. If you got the skill set, usually the difference between someone who's great and really good that can play basketball is usually the fundamentals. It's like, can you understand? A lot of these fundamentals are the same fundamentals that have been working since the beginning when the game first existed. If you go back and watch old film and old tapes of guys who did simple plays, simple dribbles, and they got to their spots and were able to get hoops. And people say, oh, they can't do that today because they're not athletic enough. No, they can get to the spots because the game is still simple. The fundamentals of the game basketball still works. It's just that, can you execute? That's all it is, execution. And repetition of being able to make shots. You repetition your shots in practice. You hit your spots, and you always can go to that spot, right? Kobe understood that. Michael understood that. He knew anywhere at his spot on the court where he needed to get a bucket, he knew where to go. And even the defense knew where he would go, because if you watch film and you study Michael, you would know where he's going to go to get his spot with that shot, and you still couldn't stop him. He still would shoot 50% on a perimeter because even without a 3-ball, because he knew where to go get his spot. Larry Bird, same one. Larry Bird knew, oh, what a block. That was a beautiful block. That was a beautiful block. Now UCLA is starting to cook. Go back down low, though. Don't start that. Oh, here we go. He comes down and does a stupid one-on-one. Oh, my God. Just when I thought they was getting it together. This is where coaching needs to come in and say, hey, you get down, give it back in the paint. You come down one-on-one, dribble, tiring yourself out, then do a fadeaway from 20 feet. That's not how it works. All these dribble, tiring out your guards. For what? Beautiful block. Think about it. If I was a guard playing today, I would be studying the film of like the guards from back then. There's no reason you need to dribble for like all that time. I would tire yourself out. How John Stockton got to play into almost nearly 40 as a point guard, playing through up into the era of guys who dribbled a lot, because he didn't do all that crazy dribbling. He got to a spot, passed off, set the offense up. He didn't even do all that Kyrie Irving 50 million dribbles, right? He didn't need to do that. Matter of fact, Kyrie would probably be a much better player. He's a pretty good player now, but he would probably be even better if he didn't dribble 50 million times before putting up a shot. If he just went right for it. Iverson would have been much more efficient if he didn't dribble 1,000 times. Iverson shot like 40% on most nights. He would have been a much higher percentage shooter if he would have just, because he already had the quickness. So he can get to a spot where he wants. But he want to dribble 8 million times. Michael didn't do that. That's why Michael shot nearly 50%. It ain't about, if I was 6'7", like they said, if Iverson was 6'7", he would have been unstoppable. He would have been even, no, he wouldn't have, because he dribbled too fucking much. That's the problem. He dribbled too much. That was the issue. He still would have been, he would have just been a 6'7" guy that shot 42%. 43% instead of 40%. Okay, he would have inched it up a couple percentages. But he dribbled too damn much. That was his issue. We got a timeout on the floor here. What's the scoreboard looking like? So that Tennessee game, okay, both teams are taking 8 3-pointers already. They're still in the first part of this game. See what the coach got to say. Go to the coach.
In that formula.
Well, we got to throw him in
the UCLA coach.
Die and Tyler the ball. I'm not allowed to run out there, getting as close as I can, trying to get them guys the ball. We just had a mismatch with a guard on him, and we shot a jump shot. So, coaching's not the easiest thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach.
See? He just said exactly what I said. He just said exactly what I just said a few minutes ago when I was saying, damn, why would they come down, dribble, shoot? Because he just said we just had a guard on him. He's talking about his big man because the big is down low, pretty much abusing them. And when they came down the court, the big was in the paint with a guard on him, and the UCLA guy dribble, threw up a jumper, fadeaway jumper. He just said it. See, it's almost like I'm sitting here and I know this, and the coach even knows this, but coach said it's hard to coach because he was pretty much saying those guys don't listen. That's why you put his ass on the bench. Go down in the paint. I would feed the big man until, look, bad pass. Look at that. This guard, he got to come out the game. He's got to come out the game. They got to take him out. Let the other guy bring the ball up or something, because now they fucking up again. As soon as they get away from going in the paint, they lose the lead. Look at this. They're nonchalant, they're lazy. These guards, man, these UCLA guards are, what the hell wrong with them? Look at that. Defense, they losing guys. Yeah, he got to come out. Take this dude out. The goal should be go in the fucking paint. That's what you got to do. Go down low. Give it to the big. Get down there. He's holding the ball too long. Look, there you go. Get down. There you go. He got a guard on him. Okay. Mismatch. Go. Taking too long. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good move. They got to run that offense through the big. That's what they got to do. Because he's gonna draw double teams. They can't guard him in the paint. They got to run the offense through him. Nice back door. Nice steal. Here we go. Run. Watch this fool. This guy can't throw a pass. He's the point guard? This guy got no freaking awareness on the court. That kid, he look like the dude that played for the Lakers. He got no awareness, this guard for UCLA or whoever this dude is. Why would you take that shot? That's a shitty shot. They must be tired. That's what it is. UCLA up by 2 here. They must be tired because these guys is dreadful. Oh, there we go. In the paint, 1-on-1. Good defense. Go down low. Go in the paint. UCLA, get his ass in the paint. UCLA 9 for 20 from the field. Tennessee 7. There you go. 1-on-1. Boom. That's a foul. Oh. See, when you're a jump shot shooting team and you get fouled and the referees don't want to call it, that was definitely a foul. Wide open. Oh, what a block. Wow, I can't believe he got there. This big, number 15. This dude's working. Oh. You got mismatch. Go in. That's a foul. There you go. Dude, they are way bigger than Tennessee. These guys, Tennessee is like small compared to these dudes. Look at this block. Oh, that was a foul. That was a foul. He slid right over the arm. We got away with one. You got away with one there, buddy. Uh-oh, BYU's coming down the wire. BYU's going to knock off the Badgers. Number 3 Badgers are getting ready to be eliminated on the 20. So we might see potentially Gonzaga's down 10 with 6:29 to go. They're trying to hold off. Yeah. I think Gonzaga one is not going to work out too well. We picked UCLA, I think. So we're hoping that they can pull this off. I don't know why we picked McNeese. I didn't make that big, I don't think. Someone else did. I think I was hacked. I was hacked. I was hurt. I was hacked. All right, let me see. BYU's down by 9. Can we find that BYU game? I'd rather go to that one. That seems like the one that's really taking off. Let me see. Where are all the games at? This is crazy. I can't find any games. What the hell? They got all this fighting shit going on. Let me see. Wow, who's that? That chick got the tightest bra on. She definitely trying to get the viewers. She looks kind of old too. She trying to get those viewers up. Oh shit. She want those viewers. She's like, look at me. I got my boobs out. I guess they say, what they say, sex sells? Guess they right. It does. must sell. Does it sell good? All right. Let me see. They got female women's basketball going on. Look at this. Dude, these women are so bad at basketball. They just stand there and watch. It's like they don't want to get their nails, break a nail. Oh my God. They can't even do a simple pass. Now these are not the great matchup, of course. William and Murray, a team that went 16-18, found themselves in the NCAA tournament playing against the number 1 Texas team that went 31-3. So they're definitely outmatched as they're down by 20 in this region. I think one game, one of the teams were 55-point favorites. How does that happen? Like in the NCAA tournament, you're underdogs by like 50 points. I mean, that just tells you the gap between the talent in the women's pool, right? That you would be 50-something point favorite. That a team could be 55-point favorites. That's just bad. Like, really. Nine points per game, 3 rebounds. She's an all CAA tournament team. How can you make an all tournament team when you average 29 points a game? Jesus. Oh, what a block. Nice block there. Okay. Here come William. They're playing. They're trying to make, oh, nice. Okay. That was a nice little set shot there. William Murray trying to make a run here to end the second quarter. And they are down 17, but they put together a couple of nice baskets and some good defensive stops. Wow, that was terrible. Just threw the ball away. She was like, where's the foul? They get a little momentum here. ESPN 2 got this game on for some reason. I guess it's part of the Texas Longhorn Texas deal with ESPN. So there you go. Number 1 Texas up 17 at the half. Yeah, she looked like Kevin Durant with that jumper. Is that Durant's cousin or something? She got 35 and everything. She must be. She got the shot and everything for him, just like Kevin Durant. All right, we got the live look in with LSU number 3 versus number 14 San Diego State. LSU's up by 14. Of course, LSU's the better team here. That's a carry. Come on. They ain't calling these. They don't call carry or walk or travel in any of these sports. It's like they just let them go. That was a clear carry. She literally palmed the ball over. Like, what are they doing? Miss. watch these women talking about it. Oh, let me go back to BYU's now only up by 2 with a minute to go. So we got a ball game, folks. Wisconsin came all the way back, but I can't find the game anywhere. Why is ESPN showing us these games when they should be putting on the Wisconsin BYU game? It's down to the wire. Why are they showing us blowout? This is 2 blowouts on both ESPN networks of women's basketball. No offense to women's basketball. I get it. It's LSU in one game up by 14. Texas up by 17 in the other game. Why not go to Wisconsin? Let me see if I can find it. Cause that shit it's down the wire. Like, what are they doing? Is it on regular TV? Regular TV. I don't know. We're not gonna be able to find it. Yeah. Not even on Fox Sports, not on Big Ten. Fox Sports got hockey on. $39 seconds left in that game. Shit. And I can't see it. I have no clue what's happening in that game. I have no clue what's going on in that game right now. No clue. So, now if Wisconsin wins this game, that's going to be a heck of a comeback because they were down 10. Let me go to the game. 30 seconds left. The Badgers had to put up 53. They outscored them in the second half, 53-44, to come all the way back. They must be in a timeout or something. Let me see the latest. Unlucky rebound, unfortunate way to Wisconsin. Oh, Wisconsin lost. They lost. It's over. Or is it over? Yeah, it's over. Well, we don't know if it's over yet. Well, whatever happens tonight, the money line is crazy because Badgers had a 8.5 point lead of favorites with a minus 10,000 on the money line. So if the Badgers, if the Cougars was to win outright, that's a pretty nice little penny. Whoever picked the Cougars, all right. Pretty little penny there for them Cougars. Because the spread's already set. It's going to go either way. It's going to go either way here, folks. Let me see if I can find this bucket. 2 tiers in a bucket. Fuck it. 2 tiers in a bucket. Fuck it. Okay, this is the bucket that everyone's talking about right now. This is the bucket that everyone's going crazy over. Right here. Let's play that.
Tajay on the drive, hangs and delivers, and one.
Wow. What a ball game he's having.
Chance for another old-fashioned three-point play.
Started the game off incredibly slow, but guess what? You look up now.
Tajay on the drive, hangs and delivers, and one.
Wow.
So that was the bucket that brought them within 3 and 1, so within 2. And then so it's 13 seconds left now. Wisconsin down by 2. And that was just reposted by Wisconsin's basketball account. So we don't know what update is coming now. Wisconsin has the ball with 13 seconds left. Can win it or tie it, obviously. All right, so Wisconsin got the ball. Apparently BYU is choking. Let's see if the big if here, folks, if they can pull it out. Let's see. Let's see if they can pull it out. Let's see. This should get real interesting. Oh, it's over. It's over. BYU survives. 91-89 the final. BYU survives, nearly blowing a double-digit lead. And Wisconsin will be eliminated. So the Cougars will advance. BYU to the Sweet 16. Great defense by the Cougs down the stretch. For the first time since 2011, BYU will celebrate a Sweet 16 appearance. The former WCC, MWC, and WAC members have immediately consumed success in its fresh Big 12 beginning. So shout out to Kevin Young having the BYU in the Sweet 16 for the 6th time ever and only the 2nd this century. Cougars are one win away from doing something they haven't done since 1981, and that's make the Elite 8. So we'll see if they can pull that off. So BYU, there you go. There you go. And the 12-5 run by Wisconsin happened right after Dawson Baker got ejected. So Dawson Baker was questionably ejected, according to the people on social media, because I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't tell you if it was legit or not. Apparently, he hit someone in the groin by either accident or maybe on purpose, who knows, and then he got ejected. And after that, Wisconsin went on a 12-5 run, but BYU held off. So and people are questioning the Dawson Baker's ejection. So I guess that will be talked about in the post game and probably going into tomorrow. But it would have definitely been talked about if they would have lost. But they won the game, so maybe it doesn't get talked about that much. Who knows? And we know at halftime, Tennessee's up 32-25 over UCLA in that game. The number 2 seed Tennessee going to the half with a 7-point lead. We're coming down the stretch here with the number 1 seed Houston. And Houston has a 76-72 lead over Gonzaga. Gonzaga is the 8th seed. So, yeah. Can Gonzaga come back and win the game? We'll find out. We will find out. We will find out. We are family. March fucking Madness is mad. March Madness is going mad. Is it? We all go a little mad sometimes. Speaking of basketball, I saw a post on social media. Well, it was on Facebook, but let's see if I can bring it up over here. And they was talking about, there was a talk on ESPN. First, ESPN kicked it off, I believe. Or at least that's where the conversation started about the all-time top female college basketball players. And ESPN had a list that left off Caitlin Clark. Or at least one of the people on ESPN left her off. And everyone went into a complete meltdown across the world of sports. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? How could you leave her off? Blah, 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 blah. And all the craziness that just, it was almost like you would have thought they, and mind you, this is a girl who, yeah, she's very successful. She did a lot of great things for the sport, getting it more popular, but she hadn't won a national title. And while her resume is still pretty impressive in comparison to many others, we're talking about the 5 greatest ever, and the ones who were on the list had multiple national titles, not just one. And so you fall to an era where the value of an individual who is bringing eyeballs to the game becomes more important than the actual point of playing the game of basketball. Like, the whole purpose of the goal is to win. The ultimate goal is to win. And if you're great and you're the best and you achieve winning, that elevates you to the status that you get. She did not achieve that at school. Yes, she gets credit for all the other stuff, but the ultimate thing, the top thing is winning. That separates, like when you're trying to make a list of the greatest ever, that is the criteria. When you get down to these small points of, okay, we have 6 people here or 10 people and only 5 can make the spot. So when you get down to the small, when you already get the best in the room, you have to now decide who gets on the list. So you can't ignore the criteria of winning in order to fit a narrative of trying to fit in. And I think the girl at ESPN, the one mistake she made that probably put her in the hot seat is that she wasn't confident in her making that list. It was almost she was trying to, instead of explaining why those 5 women you picked over her, or even just you picked, were better, and elevate and highlight their achievements, you went into a 2-minute rant on why it was hard for you to leave off Caitlin Clark. And that's where you lose half the audience, because you got to remember, this is a new generation of basketball fans who have now found interest in women's basketball because of Caitlin Clark. So they don't know anything about Cheryl Miller's or any of these other women's achievements in college because they weren't interested in the sport at the time. So this was your opportunity to make it known, to explain that, to let them know, at least into a way to be able to put into context on why you left her off that list, instead of going on a defense of why you left her off. Because now you're almost leaving it in a one-sided argument, so people can, because no one's gonna hear you. They're not gonna care. The diehard Clark fans don't care. They just know you left her off. We don't care. And then your only rebuttal was, it was hard to do it, and I know, like, you just making excuses. And that's where you fucked up at, in my opinion. But there was nothing wrong with your list. You just fucked up on the way you were talking about it. And maybe that's the difference between some people who are good at these TV gigs and compared to others who are really not that good at it, or because they feel like they need to defend themselves. No, your defense is you making the case for your list. Make your list, make your defense about the people on that list, not the people who are not on the list. And you have to take what it is, because you have to understand that not 100%. You're never going to get the crowd to agree with you on anything. And once you understand that, you're going to flourish in that business. You can't become a TV personality. You can't become, whether it be news or sports or anything you do that puts you on TV or makes you in the spotlight, and you cannot worry about being liked by everybody. If you're worried about that, if you're worried about some Twitter mentions that, oh, you're going to get a couple people in your mentions that are going to say some wild stuff to you, yeah, that's going to happen. That's part of being on TV. That's how it goes. If you want to be on TV, you want to make 6-7 figures a year, that's part of the territory. You got to accept that's going to happen. And live with it. Otherwise, don't do it. So, but at least if you come out and you defend your position and it's out there, then we say, okay, well, we disagree, but we get why she made the claims. We get why she said it. No one's even talking about the others on that list because everyone is upset about your response to you trying to defend leaving off someone, instead of making a case on why your list was valid. Because I think that was a pretty good list. I mean, it's not an exact science. I mean, you could go. I wouldn't be shocked if there were a list that had her on it or not her on it. And it's not a big deal. It's really not. But when you try to go out of your way to try to make excuses for it, it's like, yeah, this sounds like you're a little scared. And you can't be afraid if you're going to be doing sports. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared. You can't be a scaredy cat. But so that was ESPN. So Fox Sports came out, and they came out with a list, their own list, and their list was a little bit different, right? They had a top 10 list. They didn't do 5, they did 10. And they had their list: number 1, Breonna Stewart; number 2, Caitlin Clark. So they actually put Clark in their top list. Number 3, Diana Taurasi; number 4, Cheryl Miller; number 5, Shamika Holdsclaw; number 6, Maya Moore; number 7, Brittany Griner; number 8, Candace Parker; number 9, AJ Wilson; and number 10, Lynette Woodruff. And honorable mentions was Kelsey Plum, Sabriana Luniski, Elena Deladon, Cheryl Swoops, and Rebecca Lobo. Those were their honorable mentions. And so they were trying to be inclusive to everybody. They tried to just widespread it all out. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I just really it's like they just wanted to make sure they plopped everybody in there. Like, yeah, even honorable mentions get some, like we gotta make sure everybody's in there so no one's pissed at us. But I mean, it's tough. It's a list. It's not really, but look, I guess the positive thing about it is that the fact that there are college women's basketball lists, I guess that means that they have arrived in the sports debate arena. Because 3 years ago, no one was debating women's college basketball on who was better and what this and that. So I guess that's the one positive out of this. Is that you have 2 networks now making lists, Fox Sports, ESPN. They're having segments on this. Is it forced or is it legit interest? I don't know. People are online out debating it, regular folks. So I guess it's finally something that people care about. Right? I don't know. Maybe not. But it is interesting to see. It's real interesting to see something for a change as the evolving of these female sports becoming more mainstream. Now, 2 seconds left. Houston's up by 5. So it looks like Houston is going to survive here. And the game is on TNT. They're saying. I didn't know that. I don't have TNT. Not on here. How the hell we don't have TNT? That's weird. Thought we had TNT East. Didn't we? Wow. So these motherfuckers didn't even... They changed it. They took away channels. Holy shit, bro. Dude, we had TNT the other day. Now there's no TNT. Motherfuckers. We had Turner East because it was Turner East and Turner West. Wow. That's crazy. We got TBS, but not TNT. These motherfuckers, they ripped us off. They fucking ripped us off. They took away TNT. Must have happened recently. We have to call the Mr. Streamer. Get the update on that. Cause no one told me. How do we have TBS but not TNT? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Absolutely no sense. I am pissed off. I want my money back. I want my fucking money back. All right, anyway. So that game's over. Houston won 81-76. So they're going to move on. Gonzaga's out. We had Gonzaga, so that's another loss for us. The bracket is just completely busted now. So, shout out to Gonzaga for trying. So, let's see. The Houston Cougars will advance. And there you go. There you have it. There you have it. that sucks. That sucks ass. So only one game left is Tennessee, UCLA. Tennessee's up 32-25. The second half is getting ready to start. And we'll see if that game finishes up. Going into this game, Gonzaga did have they led the nation with 9 consecutive Sweet 16 appearances. That streak is over. Houston now holds the active streak with 6. And they're heading off to Indianapolis to meet Purdue on Friday at Lucas Oil Stadium. So that should be good. Houston versus Purdue at Lucas Oil. So that's pretty good. Let's see what else we can get here. This will be the first time Sweet 16 without Gonzaga since 2014. We already said that. Let me see. I think we're done here. We should get out of here. I'm not gonna stick around for the whole second half of this Tennessee UCLA because I don't want to be here that late. But yeah, nobody called in, so we got no calls. So I guess no one likes us. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow or at a different hour because it is kind of late, especially on the East Coast. So that's probably why we ain't getting no calls. So we'll try to try it tomorrow, maybe early. Probably go noonish, a little noonish, where it will still be early enough, or at least maybe between noon and 2, so we can catch that afternoon East Coast and noon West Coast and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll try it again tomorrow on the call-ins. But major basketball. I like these Twitter accounts. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, actually, before we leave, there's a couple other things I do want to discuss. Something that came across the board. Where was it? Guess not. Guess we got nothing. All right, that's it. Sports Steady Radio. We're getting ready to sign off. We're getting the hell out of here because it's time to go. It's time to go. As they say, it ain't time to go. It's time to. You don't have to go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going. We're getting out of here. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's get out of here.